Factor, and this is a piece of art with movement and beauty. If you want your yard to look different than everyone else's, or maybe you just right now live in a place where it's gray outside, like here in Pennsylvania, we got some snow today. You don't have to wait for spring for this. This will instantly give your outdoor spaces something really gorgeous, a true focal point. Now, this is the 3-tier 84-inch Lotus wind spinner. It's one of our tallest wind spinners. It's 7 feet tall. I do want to let you know clearly I have this on a table, so it's going to be even a little bit taller. I can't spin the top one for you, and since we're not outside, I obviously don't have wind to make it spin, but the whole thing will spin, and it's such a nice price point at 3 easy payments of $32.07. Now we have 2 colorways for you. This is what we are calling the red multi. And you can see it goes from this gorgeous gold to reds to blue, but we only have 2 dozen remaining, and then it will be sold out. We also have this available in a blue multi. Only 120 remaining in that blue multi. And you can see the blue multi, this looks like feathers, right? Blue, gold, green, little bit of red. Whether you get the red or blue, just grab one. And I want to say hello to Nancy Brandmuller, who joins us from Plow Hearth. We'll have 2 items from Nancy in this show. Nancy, okay, good. You really have your spinning. What a beautiful, unique wind spinner. That lotus shape is stunning.
Oh, it really is. And the fact that there's 3 tiers to it, it really is a showpiece for out in your garden, whether you choose to put it in the front of your home and you want this to be kind of the marker, like my house is the one with the triple wind spinner, the triple layer wind spinner, so people can really recognize your home, and your garden will stand apart by having a piece like this in your yard. And it is made by Plow Hearth, and Plow Hearth is that company that is giving you the pieces that are unique and different. They have in-house designers who are creating these gorgeous pieces. And you can tell that this is super well made because it's spinning very smoothly. It's also very quiet. There's no clanking or anything. And I'm inside as well. So I am using my hands to do what the wind will do. This is going to be moving in as little as 3 miles an hour of wind. So you're going to see this beautiful movement. And what's really cool is, like you mentioned, the feathers here of metal. The one that you choose, if it's red, you're choosing by that finial up on the top. Each feather is going to be like ombre from a dark kind of bluish to red to gold. And then there's an antiquing. Then our blue choice, each one of those feathers is a solid color. So you're seeing each one is a little bit different in the colorway, but the design is still that really impressive 3-layer Lotus.
We are down to our final dozen or so left in the red. I would say the red and blue in this case, the overall, although there are some tiny differences, the overall effect, Nancy, I think it's fair to say is so very similar that if we sell out of the red, just get the blue. You're still getting the same exact color palette. It's just the finial color, and then of course, you know, the color of the kind of blades themselves. But when we talk about a wind spinner, Nancy, I think about, you know, so many people live in housing developments where the houses all kind of look the same. This is how you have a focal point that is different, or maybe you live someplace where you don't really have any tall trees. Here's how you get a little bit of height. I just think it's a beautiful piece of art for your yard.
I agree. And one of the things I love about wind spinners is it's really flexible. You can choose anywhere that you want to put it in your garden. So, you know, when you're planting a tree and you want that height, you kind of pick a spot and that's where it is, right? But the wind spinners are flexible. You can put it in your backyard. If you have
Totally.
swing set with the
if you're having a party, let's say you're having a birthday party for your child, you could have this out in your backyard. Pull it right out, go put it by the mailbox, get it in by the mailbox, and tell everybody who's coming to your house, oh, it's the one with the really pretty wind spinner by the mailbox. I mean, you can truly move this around. The quality, though, is always going to be outstanding because it's Plow Hearth. Plow Hearth makes our most popular wind spinners on QVC. This one is unique even in the world of Plow Hearth because of that gorgeous lotus-shaped design, the 3 tiers, which is very different and unique. And you can see how they end up spinning even in different directions. And because of the height, it is one of our tallest at 7 feet. So, Nancy, if I got this home now, because this is something, you know, really you can use anytime. Can I put this out in the winter weather? What happens if it snows or it gets some spring rain on it, or beating
You
down
don't have
sun for that matter?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it at all. That's what's so nice. As soon as your ground is soft enough to step it into the ground, you can do that. And I do want to say, I have one here and I've taken out the center pole so I can reach it. So, but it is in a pot that's kind of elevated a little bit. So it
So
would
there
be a
is a
little
center
bit
pole
taller
you
than
can
me.
take out, right?
There is, yeah. And I've just done that for demonstration purposes because otherwise it would be too tall in my space right here. But you can go back to your question. These can be out all year round. I have one of the Lotus spinners out in my backyard that has been out for probably a year and 3 months at least. So if your ground is soft enough, as soon as you get this home, put it in the ground. It's going to take you just, maybe 10, 15 minutes to put it together. Then you choose where you want to put it. And you just put it out in a space. I always think about like the corner of your house, kind of go out from there. So you're avoiding anything blocking the wind getting to it. Also avoid putting it like right next to a fence or something,
Sure.
and then sort of see how it does. If it's not spinning as well as you want it to at that point, maybe something's kind of blocking the wind pattern. So then just take it out of the ground and move it to another location.
I
Put
love
it
the
where you
yeah.
can see it.
I was just gonna say,
And I
yeah, that's my biggest tip is put it someplace where when you're in your house, especially here on
Mhm,
the East Coast, a day like today where maybe you don't want to go outside much, put it in an area where when you look out your window, you can see it and enjoy it. And you can just,
absolutely.
it's sort of like wind spinners are like fountains, right? Like, because it's just
Mhm.
that movement, it gives a sense of tranquility and peace, and they're just so beautiful. And this really is a piece of moving sculpture for your yard. If you want the red, which you see right there, we have about a dozen remaining and then it'll be sold out. Right now you're taking a look at the blue, so you can see they're very similar. Only about 100 left in the blue. Please don't wait. 1-800-500-7590. With items like this, when they're gone, it can take a very, very long time to get them back in stock. So Nancy, thank you so much for bringing this to us. It's just gorgeous. And then a little later, you have our wall art, which is right beside you. I see
Yes,
the
I
little
do.
bees. How
Right
cute
there.
is that?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, and I'll see you in a
Thanks,
few minutes.
Nancy. My pleasure. Coming up. Okay.